On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And it's your favorite gruesome twosome.
Gruesome twosome, baby. Here to rock your world.
Oh, baby. It's us, your favorite phone sex operators.
Oh, and how would you like it?
Do you like it like this?
Or do you like it like that?
Ooh, we could do it any way you want to,
What
baby.
is going on?
Oh my God, is it hot in here or is it just me?
It's been hot.
Very hot.
So hot, my legs rubbing together.
Oh my, sticking to the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, can we talk about our dog walk the other day? I completely forgot. So Madison calls me and she's like, hey, do you want to take the dogs on a walk? And I said, why, sure. That sounds relaxing. A little jaunt around the block. I was recording something later that day. So I was like, oh, perfect. Some fresh air.
Fresh air. And you know, if you are a true Geoff, that we just love to walk around and judge people's houses.
Sure.
So I thought, let's check out the new neighborhood. Let's go for a stroll. I got some new off-brand tennis shoes from Marshall's. I want to wear them in.
Take them for a spin.
Take them for a spin. So we go. You want to take it from here?
Sure. Well, first of all, we're walking to the coffee shop and Madison's dogs are they're like, I love them to death. They're like Tasmanian devils.
They are the best. They are the most loving little angels, but
Angels?
they're not.
Angels I would use loosely.
They're honestly like especially Doris she needs constant exercise.
They're very high energy.
They're standard poodles. They're high energy.
And so we're walking to the coffee shop. First things first, Doris, the older one, throws herself on top of Desi's head somehow and pees on him.
He's all over it. Had to give him baths.
And he's just like looking like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of like a little dopey, just like, sure. And then we're walking and Madison, we get our coffees. We walk to this coffee shop, get our coffees. We're walking around the neighborhood. Strong
Judging.
Start. Oh, just looking at the houses. Next thing I know, I look over, this bitch is on the ground. She's on the ground screaming, grab the dogs, grab the dogs. And I went over.
Down.
Didn't see her. Not a Madison in sight. I'm looking around. I'm like, where did she go? She's on the fucking ground, holding up her coffee. You didn't spill any of your coffee, but your ankle gave out. Again.
We've had a lot of people write in about like different things that it could be. And honestly, I think that it's just I sprained it really bad once. And ever since then, I re-sprain it.
Do you remember? We've never told this story on here. The scooter incident.
Oh, the scooter incident. No. All right. If you haven't gathered, you guys, I'm not the most graceful person.
One time, it was when I was working in Hollywood and Madison came and met up with me. It was nighttime and I was like, you know those little motorized scooters?
They were all the rage for like a minute.
It was during like the height of them. And they had some outside of my place in Hollywood. And so we got on them and we're like, we're going to go.
Mind you, I looked like a full-blown witch. I had like a long black skirt on and like a black top. I think I had like just come from work or something.
And we're like, let's go to Swingers. It was like 3 miles away, but we're like, we'll fucking ride these scooters there. It'll be so fun. We'll go down Sunset and just like have a blast. It was fine until it wasn't. On the way back, we're going through this neighborhood, super beautiful neighborhood. I don't remember the name of it.
It was like Hancock Park or something. It was around there.
Yeah, we kind of sidetracked a little bit. And we are riding the scooters down this street. We're like, oh, let's go look at some of these houses.
You know what? I think it was around Christmas. There were like Christmas lights. And I was like, let's go look at them up close.
I hear a scream, you guys. And I look over and I see... This is what I see. I see the scooter.
I think you have a picture.
I probably do somewhere in my phone. I see the scooter with its wheels spinning on the ground. And I see one of Madison's shoes in her purse. And she is not there. It was like spontaneous human combustion.
It was. I flew.
I think I have a picture. And the picture is not, you're not in it because you fucking flew pretty far. It was just the scooter on the ground with one of your shoes next to it.
When I fell, I think I was telling you, like, I'm going to pass out. I'm going to pass out.
Always, it's the first thing she always says is, I'm going to pass out.
I feel like I'm going to.
You never do. At this point, I've seen you fall so many times that I can't help but like roll over laughing.
Well, this time around, I was dying laughing and like crying at the same time.
You were. I was like...
The whole way home.
I was like, walk it off. We're not turning back. But then also, speaking of spontaneous human combustion, we had some people tagging us on their stories doing this spontaneous combustion challenge.
So good.
Dying.
Hilarious. I just love the fact that you guys listened to the episode and were like, hey, I'm going to do this. Like, yeah. I'm down. And like went and put your shoes and took a picture. It was like heartwarming.
Oh my God. We were loving it.
Oh, hold on. Go back a second to Doris and Desi. Okay, you know, you and I both have these light bulbs in our house that not all the time. I don't love a LED strip of lights. I don't like that, but I love a color changing light bulb. It just kind of sets the mood. I sleep with a red one on.
Like a lizard.
Like a lizard, sometimes a blue one. I pretend I have an aquarium.
Cool.
So mine are controlled by like a controller. So most of the time the lights in my house are just normal, but at night I like to have on the colored ones. So tell me why, Spencer, my living room has been purple for 3 days. My bedroom has been red and blue for 3 days.
Patriotic
Because the dogs chewed up the controller.
Shocking.
So I had to order a new one, and I couldn't change the lights back to normal. So I've been living in a purple, blue, and red house.
See, no, I can control mine through my phone.
I know, I don't have that.
Maybe you need to up your game, babe.
I know. I ordered new ones, so we won't be in the rainbow house.
Love it.
Oh, and also, someone sent this. We've actually had it sent to us a couple times. This thing, it says, right before I die, I am going to swallow a bag of popcorn kernels to make the cremation a bit more interesting. You and I are popcorn queens.
Oh my God, we are.
And I just love that. I'm like full belly of popcorn.
Oh, give him a show, babe.
Give him a show. Pop, pop.
I love it. I thought you were going to say at first people have been sending the obituary. Because we get that robot obituary all the time. If you're a newer listener and you haven't listened yet, we did it on episode, I think, 15, OBITCH, it's an obituary, where we lost our shit over it. But every once in a while, these meme accounts will repost it. And then all of a sudden, we'll get all these messages like, have you seen this?
Yeah.
I mean, we love it. Message us whenever you want. But we did cover it.
Yeah, we did.
So go listen. We lost it.
I understand why we get it sent so much because it's fucking hilarious.
It's funny every time I read it.
Yeah, it really is.
There was parts, actually, I hadn't read it or seen it in so long. We were sent it so much in the beginning, and then there was like a lull, and then we started getting it again, and I reread it the other day when people started sending it again, and I was just laughing like, she thought she was this. But
they need to do another one.
I know. Come on.
Come on.
Oh, God.
Oh, speaking of, I just love to say speaking of.
Oh, it's your catchphrase.
Speaking of, we were having like a pretty deep conversation last night, I think, and my computer was open. Don't even remember what we were talking about, but Suri fucking heard like me say, yeah, it just makes me feel bad or something. And Suri piped into our conversation so loud.
Suri Cruz?
What's her name? Siri? Siri. Siri was like, I am so sorry to hear that. I hope that you feel better.
We were on the phone and I hear that and I'm like, oh, who invited this bitch in here?
Who's this bot?
Oh, fuck her. But thank you for the sentiments.
Thank you for the links.
She was nice about it, but it was kind of a private conversation.
It was kind of judgy.
Yeah, I felt a tone with it. Mm-hmm.
I am so sorry that you feel that way.
Oh, God. Okay, people have been writing in. Last week, I brought up some Am I the Asshole things from Reddit, and I have 2 more today.
Okay.
And we kind of joked about it last week because I was like, oh, I think someone else does this, or like, I feel like there's other podcasts that do Reddit type things. But then I said I'm going to do it anyways. And so here I am. And everyone was like, oh, yeah, I listened to another podcast that does it. You're good. Do it.
Yeah. And do they do like funeral stuff?
I don't think so. I think they just do like relationship ones and this and that. And we're not doing that.
We're staying in our lane.
Yeah. So stay in yours, other podcasts.
Yeah.
Okay, this first one says, am I the asshole for not letting my daughter take a job at a funeral home?
Okay.
It says, I, a 35-year-old female, have a 16-year-old daughter. For a few months, she said she wanted to be a funeral director when she's an adult, but I figured it was a phase. Yesterday, she came home and said that one of her friends got a job at a funeral home and that they had an open job for an internship that wasn't a quote-unquote skilled position, and it could be filled by a high schooler, and she asked if she could apply. I told her I'd think about it, but I don't think it's an appropriate first job, and I don't want her working and doing that kind of thing. She's only a kid. I told her I thought it would be better for her to work somewhere else, and she got very upset, saying that I always dismissed her interests and that she should be able to do what she's interested in. I told her it was not a good first job, and that I have friends that could help her get a job, but she said she wasn't interested. She's been pissed off at me ever since and went to her dad's house and is saying that she won't come back unless I let her do it because he will. I just don't think it's a good idea, and I don't want her doing it. It's not a typical first job, and it will look weird on resumes and college applications. She and her father both think I'm being a jerk and say I have an outdated way of thinking. Am I the asshole? Tell me what you think, and then I'll tell you what people voted.
Okay. I don't think that she is an asshole because I do understand that I think you want to try and maintain your child's innocence as much as possible for as long as possible, right? But I would absolutely let her. First of all, death is inevitable. You're going to experience it. Second of all, if you're worried about college applications, especially now, I think a college would look at that and choose her over someone who had a regular, quote unquote, regular.
We would.
I feel like colleges probably look at like the more interesting things, the life experience, and if it truly isn't a phase. And I mean, you'll find out really quick if it's a phase or not working in an industry like that.
Totally.
I don't think she's an asshole, but I think if we have to pick one, then yeah.
The internet agrees that she is the asshole. And I think a lot of people in the comments were saying things, all stuff that I agree with, which is, 16, they're already exposed to a lot, especially these days with social media and life in general. Like if it was my child, I would absolutely let them. And it's not even because I'm interested in it. I do believe in trying to keep your kids' innocence as long as possible, but I also think it's okay to be realistic. It's funny, I was on the phone with my friend earlier and we were just talking about kids and how different it is growing up these days versus when we were growing up.
That's such a conversation that I feel like growing up, we heard our parents talk.
Totally. But it is very different now and you're exposed to so much more. And like we were talking about Euphoria and even the stuff that's on TV. And I was like, well, it's not like people weren't doing drugs when we were in school, but maybe some people were kept more innocent from it or kept more away from it. But regardless, I was like, I would never be a parent that's like, no screen, or I'm monitoring your screen time and you can't do this and you can't do that. I'm like, I would let my kid probably do whatever everyone else was letting their kids do, like the majority. But I would encourage them to do activities that pique their interest, whether it was like art classes or sports, like whatever you want to do. I'll be like, hell yeah, do it. Because that's how my parents were. They were like, oh, you want to do this? You want to try art classes? You want to try this? Like,
yeah.
do it. I feel like fostering their creativity is such a good thing. But I'm like, first of all, it's cool that she even wants to be working or do this internship.
Yeah.
And has an interest outside of fucking dumbass social media or drugs and partying with her friends.
Right.
And
which also, being in a funeral home, I'm sure she would be exposed to young people
in DUIs or things like that.
Exactly.
Totally.
Probably steer her in the right direction.
Yeah. And I think that it just puts a realistic tone to it, which I think is really nice. And it also, it's like any other medical job or thing like that. It's like, would you feel the same way if they were going to go do an internship at a hospital? No, probably not.
Right.
And chances are they'll see even worse things there.
Right. She sounds like a good mom, a concerned mom. Like, I get that. But check in with her. Let her do it. Check in with her.
And if she's asking to do this, chances are she's a kid who knows what she's getting herself into. Or you can't know, but chances are she's somewhat familiar with it. She already has a friend working there. She knows what's going on there. And it's a total natural interest, as we know, and as do all of you, Geoffs, that death is such an interesting thing to learn about. It's an interesting part of life to explore. And if she wants to do that, why prohibit it?
Do you think that the mom low-key is like, what am I going to tell my friends?
When she brought up like the college applications and stuff, I did feel like maybe that's a cover for that. Maybe that's like what are other people going to think? Is my kid going to be the weird one working at the funeral homes? And if that's, the case, then fuck off. No,
fuck off.
And also nothing matters. Sorry, college, fucking your interest in this, that, the other, it all dissipates as you get older. No one's going to care that she did an internship.
Yeah. No.
Even on resumes, it's like in my more recent, like before I was podcasting full time, if I was looking for jobs or making career moves, I don't have my old shit listed on my resume anyways. It's not like, oh, I worked at this resume in 2000 or at this restaurant in 2000, whatever. It's like my recent work history. That's what they care about.
Right.
Let her do it.
Let her do it.
And then the second one is, am I the asshole for taking a nap at a funeral?
You know I love a nap. I gave it up for Lent.
You did. This says, my ex-girlfriend from a couple of years back died recently. I got an invitation to her funeral by her family. I was reluctant on going because it's been about 2 years since I've seen her, and the funeral was being held hours away from me. I confided in my friends, and they urged me to attend the funeral. I went to sleep a bit later, and because of this, I didn't get much sleep, and I have to get up super early in the morning to get my outfit ready, etc. I had about 3 to 4 hours of sleep and was absolutely tired. I hadn't taken a nap before the funeral because I don't like taking naps, but nonetheless, I drove what seemed like a lifetime to arrive at the funeral home.
Oh, please. This person sounds like a complainer.
I know. Annoying. I walk in there, get into awkward convos, and get into my seat. They do sound like a complainer. I'm like, hello, she died.
Yeah.
You fuck. You just should have not gone.
I'm just already calling it. He's the asshole.
So he gets there, gets into a seat, and the usual at funerals, right? I laid my head back and waited till the wake started. This was a wake. The actual burial is tomorrow, for context. Well, like 5 minutes after I took my seat, I apparently fell asleep because I woke up by someone next to me nudging me, and I woke up right as the pastor dude was about to give a speech. I might have been snoring because I heard a couple of kids near the back laughing a lot, and to add the shit cherry on top, after the wake was over and everyone was going home, I was confronted by my ex's dad. He basically told me to not come to the actual funeral tomorrow in the politest way possible. Now his wife is standing next to him. She was less polite. When I told them about how I didn't get enough sleep last night, she tells me, why didn't I take a nap or drink coffee before? Am I the asshole for taking a nap at a wake?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
It's called a wake for a reason.
Yeah, you gotta be awake, fucker.
Oh my God. What a complainer.
Oh, you can tell that he is just the life victim.
The pastor dude was talking.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that you were confronted by her parents, you fuck.
If I had a loved one and someone came, especially an ex-boyfriend.
And this isn't an old, it's not like it's like the 80-year-old grandpa falls asleep at the funeral.
That's fine. We'll give him a pass. We'll check his pulse, make sure he's not.
He's going to be there soon.
Yeah. Make sure he's not passing on too. But yeah, you're a fucking asshole.
It's called awake, not asleep.
Yep.
Case closed.
Hate you.
Court dismissed. Oh my God. Well, I am up first this week. So do you have a little side bitch for us?
I do.
You know what? Let's take a little break.
Oh my God, okay.
We're going to take a little break, a little nap, and then when we wake up, we'll come back and get into your side bitch. How's that sound?
Perfect.
And we're back. Who you got for me?
It's not who I've got for you. It's what I've got for you.
Oh, baby.
Okay. Do you remember those old pencil sharpeners like in the classroom that were on the wall and they had like a...
Yeah, it's where you'd go to show off your outfit.
Yeah. Totally. I gotta sharpen my pencil.
Hey, excuse me while I just go stand over here.
But you know, like you would like...
Crank it.
Yeah.
Yes, mechanical. Yeah.
Mechanical what?
Mechanical balls. Woohoo!
Mechanical. Yeehaw!
It's a mechanical pencil sharpener.
Yeah, but it's not mechanical.
Mechanical.
Mechanical is...
That's an automatic.
Oh, what do you know?
Okay, what about them? Is there an obituary for pencil sharpeners?
Yeah, there is. There's an obituary.
Fucking stupid.
So this is from the Hobenvisor.news.
Ooh, a Hobenvisor?
A Hobenvisor.
Ooh, Hobenvisor.
And it was written by Josh Fenn, and it's an obituary to a pencil sharpener.
Okay.
Starts out, it says, Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." The pencil sharpener outside of room 136 certainly gave all that it had to the Hoban community. Few objects can touch the lives of people in the way that family can, but the pencil sharpener did exactly that too. The people who were lucky enough to have a locker near room 136 formed a powerful bond with the sharpener, as it was always ready to serve those in need. The greatest moments in life come unexpectedly. The first time I sharpened that pencil going into PSAT testing my junior year gave me the absolute confidence to ace that test, said consistent user of the sharpener Sam Fest.
Consistent user.
However, when my senior year hit, which was already marred by the impact of coronavirus, I found that the one thing I didn't expect to be taken away, the pencil sharpener, had been taken away. Perhaps as a sign of the times, the pencil sharpener was replaced by a brand new hand sanitizing station. While the station may be able to protect us from illness, it wasn't worth losing one of Hoban's most beloved objects.
Wow.
In many ways, this sharpener embodied everything that is good about Hoban. It was always ready to help the community, and it truly embodied Christ in its unwavering service. However, what made this pencil sharpener so special wasn't the amount of pencils it sharpened, it was the high-quality product that it inevitably produced. The crunch that the sharpener consistently produced sounded like it came straight from heaven. When you turned the handle to sharpen your pencil, you were met with the perfect amount of resistance. Sometimes students used to sharpen when they didn't need a sharpened pencil. They just wanted the feeling that came with turning that handle. Just when the sharpener's user thought life couldn't get any better, they saw the final product. The pencil was sharpened to a perfect tip, ready for whatever test or homework they have to complete. The area around the tip was perfectly smooth, without any pesky remnants of its unsharpened form.
Oh my God.
It is getting hot in here. It could turn a mediocre pencil into a basically perfect pencil within a matter of seconds. Fest continued, "Every pencil I sharpened with the confidence that it would come out the way that God intended. Not only was it product perfect, but the process of sharpening was refined to absolute perfection." Fest, just one of the many students impacted by the pencil sharpener, knew the presence of it in the hallway provided comfort to many. It assured countless students that they would never have an unsharpened pencil for class and gave them the necessary boost of confidence needed to ace a test. While the Hoban community doesn't know where the pencil sharpener went after its retirement over the summer, they can only hope that it's doing well. Hopefully, another school will pick it up so it can continue to spread joy to people in the area. If not, it certainly has done its fair share of community service and will continue to be dearly missed among Hoban students. To future students, don't let the memory of the pencil sharpener die. Pass down its legend to the younger classes so it's never forgotten. After all, people live on through memories, especially sharp ones.
Wow.
Moving.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous. It's a long obituary for a pencil. I wonder what...
Hey, you know what? if you really get deep with it, it is a sign of the times. Everything is electronic now.
Everything's different. Are you kidding?
Everything's quick and easy.
Hey, where's the checker at the grocery store? It's a robot now.
Gosh, I don't work here. Why am I doing the work?
They're stealing my identity.
Oh, gosh. But, I love those pencil sharpeners.
Well, I know what you're getting for your birthday.
Now that we got that off our chest.
Is this the sexual innuendo podcast? Is this our sexiest? I'm going to put that in the caption. The hottest one yet.
We've sharpened our pencils, you guys. Now it's time to spin some coffin.
We went from spinning pencils to spinning coffins. Love it.
What do you got?
Oh, bitch. This week's coffin spinner was brought to you by a couple of different things. In our episode, Oh, Bitch, Go Out With a Bang, you talked about the Radium Girls.
Yes, tragic.
And one of the pictures that you used in the Instagram post is actually about an equally terrifying phenomenon known as Fossy Jaw.
Yes, I was corrected, and I'm glad.
Do you know about Fossy Jaw?
No, and I'm actually really glad that you're talking about it.
Oh, okay. Well, a Geoff named Georgia also wrote us the best email. I'll read it at the end because otherwise it'll just kind of more of a condensed version of what I'm going to talk about. But thank you, Georgia, because this is one of the wildest things I have ever heard of. There's a lot of parallels to what you talked about in regards to radium poisoning as far as how this occurred, when it occurred, what happened to the victims, and what happened to the victims who became known as the Matchstick Girls.
Oh, okay.
We're getting historical today. Matchmaking, not current modern matchmaking, but the actual making of matches was a pretty common trade across early 19th century England and America, and they were always on the hunt for the newest innovation in matchmaking technology. We're gonna
a match,
a striking match.
Okay.
So we're gonna get a little brief rundown on the history of matches, how that all came to be. It's kind of interesting, and then talk about how it got real fucked up. Professor Robert Lancashire of the Department of Chemistry at the University of West Indies did a write-up on the history of matches, claiming that the origins of matches have been traced all the way back to the 6th century in northern China, which is just wild. But it wasn't like the matches that we know today. However, there are similarities. They typically used chemically treated sticks that could be rubbed together to ignite a fire.
Okay.
Which just makes me think of, I feel like, don't you learn that in Boy Scouts? Or when you were a little boy, did you learn that in Boy Scouts?
No, but I learned that today on the hot day with my legs rubbing together.
Yay, baby, she's starting fires. It wasn't until the 1770s when they started using a chemical makeup known as white phosphorus that is a highly flammable substance. They would coat the tip of a strip of paper and seal it inside of a glass tube. So picture it. So they'd cut a little strip and they would dip it in the chemical. And then they would
take a piece of paper.
A
strip of it, dip it in the phosphate, and put it in a
phosphorus, and then they would put it in the tube.
Got it.
And then it would be sealed inside of this glass tube, and if you needed to light it, you would break the glass tube, and when the oxygen went inside, the white phosphorus would set the paper on fire.
Oh.
Isn't that interesting?
Whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
so you'd have to break the glass in order to get the flame.
Wow.
Eventually, they advanced their technology, and by 1827, chemist John Walker had started creating what's referred to as friction matches that were wooden splints dipped in a paste made from potassium chlorate and antimony trisulfide. The matches were paired with a strip of sandpaper that the match could be struck against to ignite a small flame. The first match using phosphorus, however, is credited to Dr. Charles Soria, who replaced the antimony sulfide with white phosphorus, which was super toxic and leads us to the real story. AllThat'sInteresting.com did a nice little write-up titled Inside Fossy Jaw, the deadly condition that plagued 19th century matchstick girls. Quote, matchmaking was a common trade across early 19th century England and America, and matchmakers worked tirelessly to find new innovations in match technology. Enter white phosphorus. Every morning, factory workers would arrive to make matches. Mixers would stir up phosphorus with glue and color, while dryers would line up thousands of matchsticks in a frame. Then dippers would dunk the rack of matches into the phosphorus mixture. After the matches dried, other workers would then box them up. So these are more like the matches that I feel like, know today. One dipper might create as many as 10 million matches in a single day, all while exposing themselves to deadly chemicals. They tell this story about the first known case of Fossy Jaw, and it's eerily similar to the story that you talked about in the Radium Girls episode. Quote, in 1855, a 16-year-old factory worker named Cornelia visited a doctor in New York with a toothache, very aligned, on the right side of her lower jaw. According to the teenager, she had been working at least 8-hour days at a match packing factory for the last 2 years, but was now in too much pain to even eat. It didn't occur to her that her constant proximity to the toxic white phosphorus that was used to make matches had caused a horrifying condition in her face known as Fossy Jaw.
So she, like with the Radium Girls, they were like licking it. This was just being around
exposed to it, yeah.
Wow.
None the wiser, her doctor lanced her gums, removed a tooth, and sent her back to the factory. He's like, all right, here you go. We won't look further into this.
Tooth. Yeah.
But Cornelia would return to the doctor at Bellevue Hospital in worse condition. A hole had formed in her jaw, and it was discharging sickly pus. Finally, in a painful, arduous surgery, the doctor removed her entire lower jaw. Cornelia was but one in hundreds of young women who suffered from Fossy Jaw at the turn of the 20th century. In industrial factories, so-called matchstick girls were employed to dip wooden sticks into white phosphorus for hours upon end to create the strike anywhere matches, but such close proximity to white phosphorus caused their jawbones to literally deteriorate.
Was it just the jawbones?
Yeah, for some reason it was like probably maybe from inhaling it, just inhaling the chemical so much, it was literally just making it fucking deteriorate. Which, like, anything with teeth or anything in that region, it gives me anxiety even just thinking about it.
Really?
It's
yeah.
freaky. Because, like, I feel like if you have a nightmare about your teeth falling out or something, it's always very scary.
I mean, anything from the neck up.
Uh-huh.
This is our moneymaker here.
Yeah.
Can't fuck with that.
Dr. James Rushmore Wood of New York started to write about Fossy Jaw. He was like one of the first doctors to bring attention to it in 1857 after having treated 16-year-old Cornelia. He noted that the first sign of Fossy Jaw was pain at the jaw, followed by abscesses along the gums. Sometimes victims' gums also glowed in the dark. Isn't that crazy?
Radium.
I know. In serious cases, the necrosis completely destroyed the jaw and caused brain damage. Without removing the jaw entirely, Fossy Jaw could prove fatal. His procedure on Cornelia's jaw, which involved using a 19th century chainsaw described as something akin to a cheese wire, was not initially successful. Wood had to perform a second operation and monitor his patient for a month before he declared Cornelia cured. Other victims weren't as lucky as Cornelia. A 22-year-old named Barbara, who worked in a match factory for over 3 years, died less than 3 months after the onset of her symptoms. Then there was Annie, a 13-year-old who noticed that her hands started glowing after working in a match factory for 4 years. Like Cornelia, she underwent jaw removal surgery. Maggie, 23 years old, continued to work in the match factory after undergoing 5 operations to remove her jaw. Imagine going back to work after that.
I know.
Sorry, no.
But then the person next to you probably didn't have a jaw either.
Yeah. It was estimated that approximately 11% of those exposed to white phosphorus fumes developed Fossy Jaw. The United States reported more than 100 cases alone by 1909. But I'm like, how fucking insane is that?
So this was before radium.
When did radium start?
I think they discovered it like late 1890s, but it didn't start being produced until like 1912.
So this was probably right before. Okay, so the worst part of all of this is that factory owners just continued on even after knowing what they were exposing their workers to, which is typical. I feel like that would happen today.
Yeah.
Honestly. Some match girls went on strike. Others continued on because if you didn't show up or you even talked while you were on the job, your wages would be cut. I heard about this one girl. She lost a quarter of her week's pay because she stopped to pull her fingers out of a machine so that they wouldn't be severed.
Wow.
I know.
What the fuck?
It's such a fucked up time. As more and more started learning about the dangers of working with white phosphorus, they started having protests that ended up leading to what was called the Match Girls strike in 1888, where 1,400 factory workers went on protest at one of like the biggest manufacturers.
Wow.
It brought a lot of attention from journalists, and in 1892, The Star published an expose on Fossey Jaw at one of the largest distributors, Bryant and May. So if you want to direct your anger, it's at Bryant and May.
Mm-hmm.
They probably make something completely different nowadays or whatever.
I know.
Quote, even after hearing of the cover-up, the British government chose not to ban white phosphorus, which had been harming workers for more than half a century by this point. By 1898, the British government finally slapped Bryant and May with a fine of £25, the equivalent of a few $1,000s by today's standard. If government regulation wouldn't improve working conditions, competition might. In 1891, Salvation Army founder William Booth joined the fight against the use of white phosphorus. He opened a factory that refused to use the chemical in the hopes that it would pressure other factories to do the same. His factory gave consumers a way to boycott the white phosphorus matches while also offering them job security. Salvation Army matches carried a label that promised they were manufactured under healthy conditions and were, quote, entirely free from phosphorus, which...
Sorry to interrupt you. I just have a question about that. So were those matchsticks at the time, like in people's homes? Were they...
Yes, but I read somewhere that like if you inhaled it, because like obviously if you light a cigarette or you light your pipe or light something with a match, you do get a little taste of the match. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it was necessarily enough to... I'm sure it did. It's not good, but I don't think they were having the same...
Or like once it like dries down and hardens or whatever after dipping, like is
probably different, yeah. But they were labeled so that they were manufactured under healthy conditions and were entirely free from the phosphorus, in which causes matchmakers leprosy, they called it. Despite their moral superiority, however, the Salvation Army matches didn't sell well, and it wasn't until French chemists discovered, or I don't know how to say this, sesquisulfide. It's Sesquisulfide.
You're asking me?
Sesquisulfide, a safe substitute for white phosphorus that finally brought an end to the practice. Bryant and May switched to the alternative in 1901, and Britain finally banned white phosphorus altogether in 1910, but by then decades had passed since a doctor in Vienna first determined that it caused Fossey Jaw in Matchstick Girls. By then, it was too late to undo the damage it had brought to so many laborers in the name of better matches. Also, quick fun fact, because we're always fucking talking about rats on here, but I read that... I read in one article. I didn't pull anything else from there, so I don't remember which article it was, but I guess rats in the factory would chew on the matches and it would start little fires.
Little rat fires.
Oh my God. But okay, so Georgia's email who wrote in, she wrote basically a condensed version that said, hey guys, just got done listening to your latest podcast after listening to Madison's poison stories. Thought you might find this interesting and a good subject to talk about. I just got finished working on a film that goes heavily into the story of the Matchstick Girls who worked in the match factories in the Victorian era. These girls were subjected to work with phosphorus, which is highly toxic and caused something called Fossey Jaw in the girls. Fossey Jaws were the bones in the girls' jaws would slowly rot away due to the phosphorus they were exposed to, eventually leading to their death. So she wrote a cleaner version of my messy explanation. Firstly, their nails would go green, then black, and the phosphorus would then start to affect the jaw, as the girls would often eat at their workstations and the mouth would be the first contact. Okay, so probably eating at the stations too also started it or kept it going. The girls would start to go insane from the constant smell of their own bones rotting, and a lot would end up committing suicide to get away from it. That's why I still wanted to read her email, because she had stuff in here that I didn't see anywhere else when I was researching. The companies were fully aware of how toxic the phosphorus was and would check the girls' teeth every day before work for any signs of rot or decay in the teeth. Would mean the girls would lose their jobs so that they didn't die on the premises. It was what caused one of the first women's protests ever, and there's a lot more to it, but I hope you found this interesting. Love to you both, Georgia. Georgia, we fucking love it.
Georgia, we love it.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention, and keep us updated on that film.
Yeah,
we'll plug the hell out of it.
I know.
Yeah, we'll get all the G-offs on it.
Totally.
So, Fossey Jaw. fucking crazy.
Jaw. Wow.
I'm obsessed. Like, after you told the Radium Girl story, like, I knew about that story. I told you I'd heard it on another podcast a long time ago, but hearing it in depth was so crazy. And I felt the same way when I was learning about Fossy Jaw. It's like that whole period of time, they were working with so many things that they didn't know were bad for them. And I just love learning about it.
Are we historians? Or scientists? Which one?
Oh my God, you guys tell us. Okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I didn't know we were historians.
Wow.
Cool.
Cool.
Do I have to paint my office like green?
Cool. Victorian green.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh. I hate that story.
Hate it, but love to learn about it.
But love to learn about it, as with, everything.
As with everything, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Truly. Well, we're going to take another quick break, and then we'll be right back. And we're back. Madison's What's Got Ya Spinning in Your Coffin this week.
Alrighty. So we have talked pretty in depth about executions.
Oh, baby, have we?
Honey, we know all about it.
Oh, you want to fucking put me on a boat with honey?
Please. You want to fucking boil me?
You want to give me the milk? What was it?
The milk and honey.
That was like one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life.
I know. Little blood eagle. And we've also talked about, most of the time, the insane people ordering the executions. Like the crazy kings and that sort of thing.
King Henry VIII.
I know.
You ever heard of him?
Is he the really handsome one?
The hot one, and he was married to Anne Boleyn. Yeah.
I heard he smelled so good.
Oh, and he definitely didn't explode in his coffin.
Okay, can I get through my thing?
Oh my God, sorry. As a historian, I just have trouble not exploring history.
So we've talked about all that, but I feel like we've never talked about or even thought about the actual executioner themselves.
That is true, girly. We've never talked about them. I didn't even think of it.
What is life like for that person?
Is it a full-time person? Do they take turns? Tell me everything.
All right. So I have to say, I'm sure to do a dirty job like that, you obviously have to be a certain type of person, or at least I thought. And I also know, like, even with stories about Fossy Jaw or the Radium Girls, most things throughout history, jobs were incredibly classist.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of had to do what you had to do.
Sin eaters, hello.
Sin eaters, exactly. So I can't believe that most people could just like walk away from carrying out this deed, even if it were something that was super warranted beyond belief, and just clock out and go about their day. Like they didn't just execute someone. And I can't imagine the weight that you'd carry. And I can't imagine you having a normal ass day after that. So an executioner, at its very basic definition, according to Miss Merriam-Webster,
love her,
is one who executes or one who puts to death. But upon research, executioner did a lot more. Now, before I get into this disclaimer, an executioner's role in daily life obviously was different from region to region and different eras. But from what I've researched, I just kind of want to give like a general outline of what most of their lives probably looked like. There were executioners from year fucking 89, but I'm going to talk about Middle Ages and then present day.
Cool.
Yes. According to Live Science or livescience.com, executioners were, quote, a conundrum, crucial for maintaining law and order, yet shunned because of their unsavory work. Attitudes toward professional executioners were highly ambiguous. They were considered both necessary and impure at the same time. And it's so true after researching this topic. It seems like if the public was for the execution, like really behind it, then an executioner was almost seen as like heroic, like they carried out this deed, but most of the time he was seen as a killer. Executioners were typically expected to live on the outskirts of towns or in bad parts of the town that society shunned. In many articles I read, they were unable to frequent public establishments, even church, which is pretty wild because in some areas, executioners were absolved of their sins by the church for their occupation. You were most likely buried differently too because of your occupation. You were still buried in a graveyard and your grave was still marked, but it was away from the main graveyard.
Weird.
Much like the way that you lived. You were on the outskirts. On the appendix.net, they did a short history of the executioner, and I want to read a little excerpt from that. Quote, executioners only entered the city to perform tasks relating to their office. Those entailed the duties, of course, of torturing or killing the condemned.
I wonder if there's any movies about this. If not, a movie about an executioner like living in a trailer on the outskirts of town and like going to sit at that, like how creepy would that be?
I know.
That'd be like a cool story.
I know.
I could picture Quentin Tarantino doing a cool movie.
Yeah, like just this misunderstood person.
Yeah.
But they also included a variety of basses ouvrois. I can't find how to pronounce it online. So we're just going to say, we're going to call it BO, with peculiar perks, such as the exclusive right to clean cesspools and any valuables contained therein, the right to claim stray animals and ownership over animal carcasses and hence their profitable hides that might litter the streets. Included in the BO was a management role over other social pariahs from whom the executioner could levy a tax, suggesting that he was a sort of sovereign of the underworld.
Was it like a community of executioners or just like...
Yeah, executioners were ostracized from society. I think of an executioner as like, oh my fuck, you know? So it's interesting because a lot of times you could tell who an executioner was because they were either branded like cattle with an executioner mark, or one or both of their ears were cut off so people would know.
Why though?
Well, because sometimes they would wear hoods or like masks when doing an execution.
Right, but why would they want society to know who they were?
Well, because I think like the government wanted to keep them away from society. It's all classism and...
But then everyone in the community knows who the executioner is.
Mm-hmm. I think they wanted everyone to know because it was like, it's like a class thing. Like you stay on your side of the street, you roll with your own people. Like if you were married to an executioner, you were looked at pretty much just as bad as he was. And if you were the child of an executioner, you were typically only allowed to play with other executioners' children. This kind of brings me to how someone would become an executioner. So in some instances, a criminal would be offered the job instead of themselves being executed. I've also read that professions like a butcher, who was obviously talented at cleanly slicing through flesh, would be approached. But most of the time, the job of executioner was passed down through family. This was referred to as execution dynasties. So let's take a trip back to 1500s Germany. There lived a man named Franz Schmidt. He is incredibly important in getting into the mind of an executioner because he actually wrote about his life as an executioner. He left a full diary detailing literally everything and every one of his executions, and that is close to 400 executions.
Wow.
Yes. Schmidt was an example of an execution dynasty. His father was an executioner, but his father was an executioner against his will, given the job by a prince. It was Prince Albert II Margrove of Brandenburg-Kulmbach, and he had to take it. I say he had to take it because he was chosen literally out of a crowd to hang 3 people by a prince. And like, people just had to do shit to survive back then.
Like make fucking matchbooks out of poison.
Yeah. Schmidt's father knew that he would have to continue on this occupation, and he trained him from a young age. And like, that's so fucked up. Like, he was just picked out of a crowd to become an executioner. And okay, it's set. Like, now you have to pass that down
right
to your family.
You're going to be the best executioner on this side of the Mississippi.
Franz Schmidt's father helped him prepare. He practiced beheading stray dogs, which literally makes me fucking hate him.
Oh, she's asleep.
I know. It literally makes me hate him, but I'm also...
Well, he didn't have a choice.
He didn't have a choice, and we'll get into it, but if you weren't a good executioner, then your head was on the chopping block. So we'll get into that. Around age 18, Schmidt hanged a thief and thus began his career as executioner, and he continued for 45 years before he stopped.
Wow.
He did mostly hangings and beheadings, but there was also lots of torture involved too, and burnings and amputations.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Something interesting I found was that executions and executioners were like all about the drama. And they were meant to be staged like a play. It was
really?
It was meant to be preventative, but also weirdly like entertainment.
Well, that's why they did all those public executions, right?
Mm-hmm. So as an executioner, you better not fuck it up. Like I said, it better be swift and fast, because if not, angry mobs in the crowd could actually hurt you and accuse you of cruelty. It's also fucking
so bizarre
backwards.
And totally backwards.
So weird. Franz Schmidt, unlike a lot of executioners, was a very Christian man. He did not drink. He did not do drugs. He was sober and apparently did his job with as much grace as one can as an executioner. He also didn't wear a hood or a mask, which is what I typically think of when I think of an executioner. But instead, he showed his face and wore something nice and normal like anyone else in society at that time.
Kind of makes it creepier, like a man in a suit just doing it.
Yeah, but he was like, he took it seriously. He did it with as much grace as he could.
Good for him. You got to take your job seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except back in those days, I feel like people were executed for the stupidest shit back in the day.
Oh, yeah. When he wasn't executing, though, he was a healer. And he was also a doctor.
Oh my God.
This actually wasn't all that weird. WeAreTheMighty.com says, quote, "You see, beyond executing people, another thing executioners were often called to do was torture people for various reasons. These two things, combined with the close-knit community of executioners sharing their knowledge amongst themselves, resulted in lifelong executioners generally having exceptional knowledge of human anatomy, and thus they were commonly called on to treat various medical maladies." And then that article goes on to say, quote, "Like many executioners, Schmidt was given a wide berth by the public in his day-to-day life, but the incredible professionalism with which he conducted his grisly duties earned him the begrudging respect of both the general public and those in power. In his later years, Schmidt was able to parlay this into a meeting with Nuremberg authorities and then was able to appeal to Emperor Ferdinand II himself, with the goal of restoring his family honor. Swayed by not just Schmidt's words, but also letters from city council members and other notable people extolling Schmidt's character and dedication to his duty, the then 70-year-old executioner was granted both Nuremberg citizenship and had his family name cleared, allowing his progeny to escape the bloody specter of his work. So basically, he married one of the town's executioner's daughters, because they all kind of had to socialize together,
right.
And they had 8 kids. And because he was so respected as much as you could be as an executioner, and he was also a healer and a doctor, he was able to get his family name cleared, and I don't believe that his children had to be executioners. But his journal entries, you can find his journal on Amazon, has every single entry of every single execution that he's ever done. They included dates, times, locations, crimes, and method of executions. Throughout the whole journal, as he does more executions, he goes into more detail, but never emotion about it. Like,
well,
never.
You have to compartmentalize, I feel like, if you're doing something like that.
Totally. We are going to get into some modern day executioners.
Okay.
But we need to take a quick break because this is
do it.
Going on.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about it. We'll be right back. And we're back.
As we know, there's still the death penalty.
Is it still someone's designated job, or are there, because now I feel like it's like you're not cutting necks. you know.
No, but there's a team, and grunge.com has an article I wanted to read on a modern executioner because it's fucking sad. I'm just gonna read the article. It's a short article. It's titled Inside the Haunting Life of a Death Row Executioner by Jean Mendoza. It says, quote, while regular jobs allow employees to relax at home after a hard day's work, the work of a death row executioner is far more complicated. Sure, the job is done as soon as the criminal is declared dead. But some executioners keep the burden of taking the life of a person long after the deed is finished. They are expected to execute a healthy individual and carry on with their usual activities. According to a New York Times article, many executioners focus on their day-to-day routine in order to cope with their task of taking lives. Having a scheduled execution is never a good day for them, but it can be much worse, as executioner Kenneth Dean said. As a prison officer who also does the job of an executioner, Dean said that the worst experience he had was when an inmate who was scheduled to be executed refused to go out of his cell. Dean and other officers had to wear armor and face shields to forcibly get the inmate out of his cell, an act they call cell extraction. He said that he and other executioners he knows always question whether what they are doing is right or wrong. Is what we do right? But if we didn't do it, who would do it? He asked. Dean has participated in more than 100 executions, and he said it's necessary to learn how to be detached to be able to carry out his job properly. When executions are done, whether they are via lethal injection or the electric chair, the act is carried out by several individuals, and the prison warden is responsible for choosing a person for each task. As Robert Dunham of the Death Penalty Information Center said, nobody is responsible for everything. Furthermore, being an executioner is not a career, as there is no one individual with the sole job of taking death row inmates' lives. Those who are involved in the execution have other jobs within the prison system and are then called when an inmate is scheduled to be put to death. What is commonly called executioner is not a career, Frank Thompson, who worked as a death row warden, said. Think of them as soldiers in a war against crime who are sent to a tiny room to kill somebody, which is wild.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of the job, the identities of those who are part of the death team are kept secret. However, there are some who choose to tell their story after they have retired. One of those is Jerry Givens, who was interviewed by The Guardian in 2013 regarding the nature of his work. Givens revealed that the execution team trains for the worst that could happen on execution day in case the inmate resists. While most executions are carried out without incident, there are instances where an inmate can get rough with the officers. They are also responsible for testing equipment and making sure everything goes smoothly. And then really quick, it goes on to say, the effects of being an executioner. Jerry Givens served as an executioner in Virginia from 1982 to 1999. During that time, he carried out 62 executions, and it wasn't an easy job for him. I had to transform myself into someone who could go and take the life of another person, Givens said. It's not an easy task to do. In the end, he said, he regrets accepting the executioner job, and he became an activist fighting against the death penalty. You can't tell me I can take the life of people and go home and be normal, he said. According to Think Progress, those involved in the execution process are likely to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder and experience nightmares and flashbacks.
I bet.
I know. According to statistics, 31% of prison staff involved in executions report having symptoms. Experts say that it is common for executioners to experience this after taking the lives of inmates, as it goes against their morals. Fred Allen, an ex-executioner, experienced a breakdown years after he stopped working in prison. He was at his new job, and all of a sudden, all the executions that he participated in came rushing back to him. Something just triggered in me, and I started shaking, and tears, uncontrollable tears, were coming out of my eyes, he said. In the last decade, several states have abolished the death penalty and replaced it with life imprisonment without parole. Presently, 27 states still authorize executions.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Crazy. You never really think about it.
You never thought about a death team.
Well, I guess you never really think about anything we talk about.
I know. And that's the life of an executioner.
fucking wild, man. So cinematic. So I can just picture it all.
The Middle Ages ones, not
It's like
the
a movie.
modern day.
No, not modern day. It's weird because I feel like 100 years from now, it won't even be a thing. Like, I don't think executions will be a thing.
Yeah.
People are going to look back at even now and be like, wow, how barbaric were they? Crazy. There was like firing squads and stuff not that long ago.
I know.
Like in recent decades. It's crazy. Well, should we get into our obituaries?
Yes. Is it fucked up that sometimes the obituaries cheer us up?
They're like the
our
lighter parts.
coffins?
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes they're just terrible, but
Sometimes not. But hey, that's what the dumbass criminals are for.
Yes.
Give us that boost at the end.
Exactly.
All right. Well, my obituary this week is actually for a couple. I did fucking love the whole thing. You're going to love it. It says, devoted couple Maisie Baird, loving wife, 89, passed away Thursday, November 23rd, 2017 at her home following a long illness. Charles Baird, loving husband, 90, passed away shortly thereafter on Saturday, December 9th, 2017. It was about a month later, but...
Broken heart.
Broken heart. At the Hospitals of Providence Sierra campus, they were longtime residents of El Paso, Texas. Charles was a veteran and retired postal worker. They're survived by their children. Burial services will be held at Fort Bliss National Cemetery on Friday, December 15th. The family has requested that no flowers be sent. Instead, make donations to St. Jude's Research Hospital. Okay, but this is why I wanted to read it. Chuck wrote the following to his wife many years ago, showing both his depth of love and wry sense of humor. My one and only Maisie, I do believe that the Lord above created you for me to love. He picked you out of all the rest because he knew I'd love you best. I had a heart and it was true, but now it's gone from me to you. So care for it as I have done for you. Have two, and I have none. When I die, go to heaven. And you're not there, I'll wait at the golden stair. If you're not there on Judgment Day, I'll know you went the other way. So I'll return the angel wings, the golden harp and everything. And to prove my love is true, I'll go to hell to be with you.
Oh,
your husband,
chills.
Chuck.
Oh my God, I love
Isn't that the best?
Oh, I love that.
Love
Someone
it.
that will go to hell for you. Come
Oh
on.
my, get a bae that will go to eternal torment for you.
I love that so much.
Isn't it cute?
That is so cute.
That was like a random one too. I think I stumbled across it on Legacy or some obituary website and I was like,
What
oh,
a gem.
love it. Love a little poem.
Yes.
A little limerick.
Yeah. Okay.
Who you got for me? Another fucking an eraser?
I have a woman named Beatrice.
Mm-hmm.
She actually passed last month. A few Geoffs sent this in.
Okay.
Because she wrote her obituary herself.
Love and autobiographical.
Yes, but she wrote it resume style.
Oh my God.
All right, so here it goes. It says, and it's like written, like if you look at it, it's like resume, like objectives, references. So, dear Lord, please accept my application for eternal life. My resume is as follows. Objectives. To be honest and compassionate, to treat everyone with respect, to demonstrate integrity in all I do, and to live as independently as possible, as long as possible. References. I was born in Fanny Stell to loving parents who already had 6 other children. They, along with my nephew and my husband, are already with you in heaven and can provide references for me. I have left my daughter, her husband, my granddaughter, my sister-in-law, and many nieces and nephews on earth, as there are no openings for them in heaven just yet. Training. I completed my elementary education in Fanny Stell and high school at St. Mary's Academy as a boarder. I went on to obtain my teaching certificate at normal school and began my career working with children in 1948, first in Swan Lake, then in Tyndall. It was there that I met the love of my life, John, and we were married in June 1951. Our one and only daughter, Michelle, was born 11 years later. Experience. We settled in Winnipeg, where I held teaching positions in Tuxedo, River Heights, then Aberdeen, Sargent Park, Earl Grey, and La Verendire. Lord, you know that I never had any teachers' pets, for gifted children already have a greater chance of success. Rather, I put my heart into teaching those with learning challenges or difficult family situations. It was here that I feel I did my best work. Hobbies. Over the years, I cared for many fur babies, including Bozo, Bimbo, and Bijou, 1 and 2. I was grandma to Nanook and great-grandma to Epi. I love to travel and made trips to Hawaii, Alaska, Florida, and California with my family. John and I were winter Texans for over 10 years and enjoyed socializing with friends and family in Magic Valley. In addition, I knitted scarves for underprivileged children and prayer shawls for the sick and dying. I loved to read and continued to do so until my eyesight gave out. My body began to fail me as well, but Lord, I know that when you close a door, you open a window. That window was my opportunity to attend the Charleswood Day Program and Riverview Day Hospital, where I met and made many new friends. Additional information. At last, I had to face my greatest fear, the loss of my independence. And in February 2021, I moved to Tuxedo Villa Personal Care Home. Thankfully, I had an amazing group of caregivers on Station 2 who kept me safe from COVID-19 as it ravaged the facility and the world. I would ask you to bless all the staff on Station 2, Lord, especially Windex, Rosie, Barry, and Bryce, as they made sure my last days were as peaceful and comfortable as possible. Lord, I hope that you will find that I have met my objectives and deserve a place in your heavenly home. You know where to find me to further discuss my qualifications.
We'll get back to you in 2 to 3 business days.
Yeah.
We're reviewing your application. We got to call your references.
Looks like she was hired. I think she was a good fit for heaven.
God. All right, we're going to take one more quick break, one final quick break, and then we'll be back. And we're back, and it's time for some dumb
Ask Criminals.
Let's do it. I have... Are you ready for it?
Let's go, baby.
This is from the Associated Motherfucking Press, and it says...
Oh, fuck yeah,
Oh, yeah. It says, Butt Bandit gets a year in jail.
Oh, hell yeah. I love a butt bandit.
This is from Valentine, Nebraska. This is from December of 2008. A man dubbed the Butt Bandit for making greasy imprints of his nether parts on windows in the north central Nebraska city of Valentine has been sentenced to more than a year in jail.
I have had it with these butt.
Cherry County Attorney Eric Scott says the police caught 35-year-old Thomas Larvey in the act on November 19th. Scott says Larvey was sentenced Thursday to 13 months in jail after being convicted of 8 misdemeanor counts of public indecency and 1 of disturbing the peace. Authorities say he used lotion or petroleum jelly to make imprints of his naked behind and sometimes his groin on the windows of stores, churches, schools in Valentine beginning in the spring of 2007. Townspeople dubbed the vandal the Butt Bandit, even though no theft was involved.
Well, there you have it.
Don't do it. If you were thinking about it, don't fucking do it. Also,
creative.
R.I.P. Because I Googled his name right before we started to see if he had
struck again.
Yeah, if he struck again, and he is dead.
From what?
I don't know. Died young though. His obituary is not available online, but it's yeah, because he was 35 in 2008. So what? He'd be in his like 40s, late 40s. Wow. Rest in peace to the Butt Bandit. Rest in peace. Somebody has to step up, take over.
I know. I'm sure somebody has.
You're the vulva vigilante.
Love that. Yes. Now, I have one inspired by Miss Hot Dog.
Hot Dog.
I saw the headline and was like, I gotta do it. Let's go to Chicago, 2017. There is a man named Terrion Pouncey. He is a 19-year-old man at the time, and it is Halloween morning. It is at 6 a.m. He faces 2 felony counts of armed robbery with a firearm, and this is because he went to a hot dog stand. It was called Maxwell Street Express. He held a gun to a worker's head.
Oh my God.
And demanded money and their wallets and everything from this hot dog eatery.
Fuck.
He then tried to put his gun in his waistband.
Uh-oh.
The gun went off. None of the employees were hurt. He grabbed the money, ran. He didn't get very far. He collapsed on like a neighbor's porch because he shot his penis. He shot his hot dog.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Also, there is surveillance camera footage that I cannot find of it and audio of it, but I can't find it. An article on the Chicago Sun-Times says Pouncey's blood-stained boxers matched the underwear he had on in the surveillance video, which clearly showed the pattern on the fabric where the teen bent over to collect the money that had fallen to the floor.
Oh, God.
So they matched the boxers and saw a shot-off wiener and...
Fucking shit.
Yeah.
That's insane.
He had to go to the hospital, and then he went straight to jail.
Oh, my
A hot dog
God.
for a hot dog.
A hot dog for a hot dog. I love that.
Love it.
You know what I can't stop thinking about?
What?
That girl's story where her blood type changed.
Oh, I know.
I was like wondering, like, DNA-wise...
If she could get away with murder?
Or if they were like, we know that the suspect had this blood type, and then they tested her and it was like different.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's too late to do it now, but
It'd be a good episode of like Law and Order, like
no, fucking
Grey's Anatomy.
Forensic Files.
Forensic Files.
Mm-hmm. They would fucking eat that shit up. Like we're about to eat the shit out of In-N-Out.
Yes. I'm sorry you guys had to come to our pitch meeting. We have been pitching movies and so we got The Executioner, and then we have the Blood.
I know. We have a lot of ideas, okay? But we think you love it. No, you guys like hanging out with us.
Yeah, I wish
right?
we were all here in this room.
I wish we were.
I know.
We'd need a bigger Betty bungalow for sure.
I know.
Well, we love you guys so much. And if you love us too, you can rate and review us on iTunes or Spotify. Follow us online at obituarypod.
Get a cameo from us. We can talk to you.
Yeah, write to us, obitpod@gmail.com.
And also, if you follow us on Instagram and see that we are live, come and join us.
Or don't.
Okay.
Whatever
Bye.
you're comfortable with. No. Yeah, we've been going live some Thursdays, but we know it's very late because we usually get people from other countries.
Yes.
There. That's it for this week. We'll see you next time with some more Coffin Spinners.
Obituaries.
And dumb
Ask
criminals.
criminals.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.